Yo, guys, I have to leave in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So I don't have a lot of time to do this recap, but I wanted to get it done really quick. Might as well. I just got done packing. I'm gonna be gone for 5 days. It's like a beach trip that me and my family always do every year. I should be able to stream, but I'm only getting Wednesday stream probably, just because of that. But after that, pretty much have nothing going on, for the rest of the summer. So yeah, I just been busy a little bit, but not for much longer. But let's go ahead and get this recap out. This is like super easy framework, in my opinion. Um, like this is what we want to see, guys. Like symmetrical highs. Like there's just no thinking about it. Like look at these highs; they're the same. It's super easy, dude. SM2, the relevant high. The profile. Look at the low of day. It's 1800. Like perfect. It's a failure swing as well. All right, so this is just like the previous week's low. Let's look at ES real quick. You can kind of see it a little bit better. This candle here was a PSP, although when it was created, I don't think it's that relevant just because it's just a failure swing, but obviously it was respected, right? Here's just a two-stage PSP, and then we're just trading candle for continuation into the previous week low. That's all we're doing. I don't think this is this S&P that you see here, did it put in a reverse signature? Not really, right? Not really. I would not say this is a reverse signature at all. So what did we trade? Continuation to the low, to the previous week low. And then where can we continue from? A relevant high. Now, a lot of people are going to think that this gap is actually super relevant. I don't think it's that relevant. Here's why. This gap right here. So one thing about gaps, guys, is they're simply just the high of the previous candle's pretty much range, right? And if it's much better when that higher time frame gaps, this is candle 3, the higher time frame candle, it's much better when it's actually like a relevant high on the lower time frame or something like that, right? When I go into this gap is like nothing, dude. It's 1800. You see this? It's 1800. So this here, this high right here, just below it, is much more relevant to me than just a gap right here, honestly. Like, so this to me makes way more like it's not like we have to hit this 1800 high gap. Like, there's like no liquidity there. Like, what kind of liquidity is there? It's really nothing. It's just the highest point of the previous day's range. That's literally it, dude. This is much more significant. This high right here, in my opinion. So when RTY engage with that, and then we got a strength switch, so let's kind of go over that. So as you can see here, we can trade YM because it's a small wick, right? When one has a small wick, another has a large wick. If you didn't know this, if you ever wanted to, if you were to let it fade a candle, for example, or even like you don't know which one to trade or whatever, like you can absolutely trade the leading asset. Obviously, you're just anticipating this asset to form a reversal candle. And it's much more likely to form that reversal candle if one of the assets is set for expansion, right? This asset will expand while this one, comes back towards the opening price. They're both expanding on a lower time frame, right? But the true expansion, like the real expansion, is gonna happen the next candle, obviously, right? So that happens at 10 a.m. But check this out. This is super clean, dude. And again, like the two-stage SMT, like it's just easy, bro. Like it's the current high of day. When we come to the driver, there's no thinking about it. It's like the only key level to reverse from, the only one. So it's just super easy. Like trades like this is what I'm trying to take, man. I'm trying to get you guys to take. You look at most of my trades. There's typically no brainers. They're not hard to think about. So check this out here. 930 comes in, creates the strength switch. Right? Perfect, dude. What is this, guys? Strength is PSP, right? Strength is PSP. Go to lower time frame. What do we got? Easy positional entry, bro. You already have the CSD. You already have the CSD. And by the way, we're not worried about RTY here, dude. Like, you maybe think this is not reverse signature. It's just because it's just having trouble reversing in this candle, right? Because it's a huge wick in the 15-minute candle. So the next candle will expand, right? Price will do that sometimes inside of candles where maybe it creates this wick really early in the candle, so there's a bunch of time left in that candle's range, so it can't do anything necessarily. Sometimes it can't really do anything until the next candle opens, obviously because large wick. But that was not a concern at all. Like this is absolutely A+ to me in my opinion. And I'm gonna take on the weakest asset, obviously. Right? So that would be this one. And when we look at this first CSD, mark out this EQ of this range. You see how we already retraced into EQ basically. That means you don't need to ever return. We shouldn't be returning here, right? It's kind of like if we took the first CT, for example, you would trail your stop loss here, right? Because it's around EQ. Same thing here, dude. If I'm gonna enter this trade, this repulsion block, it's a market execution on the close of that 15-minute candle, then I can put my stop loss here because that's where I would trail anyways. Like that's the protected level in the continuation now. So that's your entry right there. That's your stop loss placement. And then we target around 4R to these lows. Very simple trade, guys. Super easy. Yeah, great for a Monday, honestly. Kind of was bullshitting here. Yep, there you go. Pretty large wick on the daily-ish. So we're not really going for anything else. I'm good for that. I have to leave anyways. That's my trade recap, guys. I just want to get something out for you guys because I was busy also last Friday. But yeah, guys, that's this trade. I think it's great. I have no idea what's going on with these other assets. I have not looked. This was just looking super clean to me. So I executed on my phone because I was not even here this morning. Had to come back, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I typically execute on my personal account on my phone because I don't have to connect to Tradecopia and all these funded prop firms. Got to connect them all and shit. Not with my funded account, obviously, or my personal account. This is one account, so it's super easy to do. And yeah, probably going to be flow trading a lot this week as well. But if I take any trades, well, I'm not going to be trading a lot. I'm not going to be phone trading a lot, but if I do, it's probably going to be phone trading. But yeah, if I take any trades, I'll let you guys know. And I could probably still do recaps though. It's just limited streams, right? Because I'm going to be at Airbnb and, there's all these kids around and shit. But yeah, guys, catch you guys later.